Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the harmonious frequencies of the mighty Empire of Onion, and this is the Universim. Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is a new patch has come out for the experimental version. We can read the patch notes. Okay, so there was a update that came out on the 1st of February for the experimental branch. It's coming out on the 4th for the regular game. So it is all about ministers. Yeah, they were going to only put out 2 ministers, but they did a lot of work and ended up getting them all out there. So there's a Minister of Defense, Agriculture, Education, Water, Food, Entertainment, Architecture, Medicine, and Power. You're able to select ministers through the town hall, and different ministers obviously will be responsible for a specific set of buildings that perform certain functions. So the Minister of Agriculture will be checking if there is enough food in your civilization, and if your civilization is lacking food, they'll order your nuggets to build an extra source of food, such as a farm. So it's, I guess it's a little bit of the nuggets taking care of themselves, which is pretty awesome. That way the creator, quote-unquote, is just sort of an influence on the actual development of the population and all that. Yeah, the Minister of Water helps by building water pumps when you're very close to a water shortage. Should substantially help to manage the civilization and try to help avoid shortages. That's interesting, but the problem that I had with my water wasn't production so much as it was storage. And so I don't know if the Minister of Water would be taking care of that as well. It would be interesting to see. They want to hear feedback about this mechanic after they play it. Did their best to balance it, make sure it's useful. So yeah, pretty good. They added a lot of modern buildings to the game as well. Medieval age roads and decals. Nugget medieval cloth. So I guess that's new clothes, more or less. Yeah, the blacksmith perk actually unlocks medieval clothes for the nuggets. So that's about it for the new update. That's the good news, for sure. The bad news is, of course, since it's a new update, there is no game for me to load anymore. I didn't know about the update until I was trying to record the game today. And when I pressed play, it said, updating. So that took a little bit over an hour. And then whenever I saw that there was no load game, I thought I might try to roll back the version of the game so that we could just continue on with the other playthrough. Sadly, that was going to take another hour or so, and I simply don't have that kind of time today to dedicate to this. And I'm torn now, because as I say, I'm short on time. If we dive in to try to start a new planet, I wouldn't want to put you all through the tedious, every second of watching me rebuild the civilization back to what it was before. I can do that. I can jump in and start a new world, see how far I can get today, and then call it, edit it, and all that. Or I can leave it up to you guys to let me know if you want me to continue this series, and leave it until next week when I most likely will have more time to record between now and then, edit down the video and stuff like that. I think what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and we'll get started on a new planet. And I think I'll put a poll in the top right up here, and I think what the options will basically be is, do y'all want to see a lot of edited footage getting us up to the next stage, or you want me to try to play as much as I can to get to where we were, and then just start from there at that point. So I think that's going to be the poll up in the top right in the cards up here. And just for the fact that I don't want to leave y'all without any content today, without an episode, I think we will go ahead and start from the beginning, a new life. And then, and you can even put up there, you know, don't worry about playing this series anymore. You know, if you're not interested in seeing what the new content and stuff is, I'm perfectly open to that being an option as well. I have several other games lined up that I'm ready to get on top of, so it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. But I do love this game, and I do love playing it, and want to showcase it for y'all. This is just way too inconvenient, especially with the time that we've already put into it. I think that the devs should really work on compatibility issues like this, and make it so that when they put in updates, they're backwards compatible so for the saves. I don't know what goes into that sort of an endeavor, because I'm not a programmer, but I've seen it done on other games, and it's rare, but I've seen it done, so I know it's a possibility. But alright, let's hop in and see if we can get something done today. Oh wow. Now this is the kind of lake that I would love to build around. Let's see if there's an ideal spot. So this is usually what I go for, right, with the forest and the grasslands combined. There's a little bit of desert south. There's definitely stone up here. So I think right in this zone right here is going to be a pretty ideal spot. Devil's lettuce already. Good. Yeah, I think right in this zone here. Nice.
Take a look at your new subjects. They're called nuggets.
Oh yeah.
Largely because of their body's apparent inability to keep itself in one piece.
Okay.
Adahi and Elu, the architects of their species.
So we know that they're
They're
always the
founders
first.
of everything that nuggets will ever know or achieve.
Okay. So I'll try to keep the game speed up. Yeah, but we definitely need to get this going first. Sounds pretty nice. We can do one more, I guess. Reduce by 5. Fishing will probably be a good one. Okay.
That's an interesting combination.
Hey, you keep it to yourself. Yep, we'll get the archive going as well. They're already building a hut back there. So whenever you guys get around to that.
I've read over the new research creator. Impressive stuff for a species that still thinks the planet is flat.
Hilarious. I don't know anybody like that. So Elu will be the
nugget looks remarkably unqualified.
archivist.
Then again, so do you.
Hey, Adahi is already the leader of the planet, so I'd say she can keep track of the things that we do. Brain plum. So we've got a bunch of the
mail, creator.
Fruits and stuff around. Yeah, keep it on. I can do this.
I didn't think you knew anything about reproduction, creator.
Hey, you underestimate me. You underestimate my power. Oh, there she is. Doing her work.
What are you, some sort of fairy godmother?
That's right.
The summer sun is excellent for slow roasting a few nuggets.
It's already summer? That is pretty fast. Our water storage should come in at a decent time, though. Do not disturb. Okay. That's hilarious.
This is
I like
quite
that.
a beautiful planet. Try not to ruin it, will you?
Alright, we got 2 nuggets now.
Oh,
Name them.
would you look at that? A little baby nugget. Aren't they adorable when they're young? Don't
Come
get
on.
too attached, though. They're still mortal after all. Plus,
There we
they
go.
will soon be old enough to have an opinion and make questionable life decisions. Let's see how much you like them then.
Nugite. Sure.
Nuggets are all unique to one another. Although there are some things that are shared between nuggets, these include the need for certain
Nuggetron?
essentials like
Sure.
food and water, a stable roof over their heads, and an occasional nap. They want to learn, build, discover, and create. It would all be quite inspirational if they also didn't happen to be the species that initially thought their shadows were trying to eat them.
Yeah, as soon as possible, we'll get that water set up. I think maybe even having two pumps in the beginning isn't a bad idea, because I'm pretty sure that they don't quite produce enough to fill up a water storage even in the early stages. We'll see. That fire research was really fast. Yeah, we'll increase the well. Oh, we have to go way over here for agriculture? Okay. Nugget might increase. Engineer's hut. We're going to need that soon. The witch doctor. I think we need storage areas more. Then we'll go calendar and agriculture. Oh, we have to have... Okay. That's 5 of them. So I was talking in the beginning about the devs making the game compatible with previous releases. I think that's really mostly possible if they haven't changed everything, and I can already see several different changes. The tooltips that came up on the side, or the instructional tips, they were different. The crime meter here is clearly different. The happiness looks to be about the same, but you can see that the way that it's measured down there is quite different from what it was before. So they've tweaked and changed pretty much every aspect of the game. That's why I imagine it's not compatible with previous saves. So, understandable, but nevertheless frustrating, you know? I think it's funny that they run away when you're doing stuff like this. Like, why wouldn't I help my nuggets to do things? Oh, I didn't want the tree, though. I think it's okay. I think that it saves the resources. I could be wrong about that. I could just be throwing unnecessary materials at this thing. And they're never going to get them built at this rate because they keep running away.
This water pump system is rather advanced for such a young civilization. I mean, sure, it's built out of rocks, wood, and a bit of string, but impressive nonetheless.
That's right. That's right, narrator. Alright, we've got the fishing pier ready. I think a little bit further over to this side is going to be fine, and I'll place the eatery up in this area.
Great addition to the civilization, right up until winter shuts them all down.
Yeah. Hold that thought, actually. Let's put it over on this side instead. Yeah. We'll have the eatery up in this area. Are they building a temple? Okay. That's quite interesting. Oh, 46 million water remaining. That's crazy. There's so much water here in this lake. It's all connected, all the way down to the very bottom here. And around this side. It's one of the biggest lakes I've ever seen in this game. Not that I've played it a billion times, but...
The trees must be undergoing significant stress. They've started to go bald.
Well, it's getting into winter. I decided to build a second well.
Have you ever wondered what goes on inside those silly little heads of theirs?
No. No, I haven't. Yeah, these water pits are not filling up very quickly. They have a total capacity of 20, but that one's only a 16 fill rate. It's being upgraded with simple wood and stone. So I built another one over here, hopefully with 2 options. They'll have the ability to refill a little bit faster, and it will be better. So let's see, with 2 pumps, this is up to 40% capacity already, but we're only using 2 water, right? That's from the fishing village here. See, somebody with pretty good might. Shanaval,
Now
you're in.
they can finally be useful.
Engineer nuggets, that's coming along pretty soon. Okay. I'm trying to build a hut. Throw my back out.
This one is just being lazy.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
You might be too kind for this world creator. Oh well.
I believe you.
I suppose it'll give you some time to practice your powers, while that nugget lays in a hammock sipping a mojito.
I want a
you've
mojito.
uprooted a tree. Now what?
Alright, we got it. Perfect. We got another believer, which means we're going to have more points. I need to save them up, though, for winter. You guys know why. Yeah, the lost baby. What is the baby's name? Kalvalsu. Okay. I think I've tried that before, just looking for them that way. They should be pretty easy to spot. Don't even see any wolves so far. That's the village, so he's probably not in right next to it. I feel like this is a timed event, but I'm not sure. And if I complete it, though, it unlocks one of the parks. I want to keep up on the parks in this village instead of just letting them go. There's a bear. I don't even see any wolves nearby. There's a deer. Is there no cheaty way to find them? Especially now with it becoming nighttime. Yeah, there's a deer. I haven't seen any wolves. It's a bear.
Have you invested in a few reservoirs, creator? If not, trying to survive winter with your pumps frozen solid will probably convince you to.
Oh, here's a wolf over here. Oh, man.
All your buildings are falling down, falling down, falling down. All your buildings are falling down, my fair creator.
Failed it. Absolutely failed it. That figures. Maybe we'll get another chance sometime. Okay, everything's freezing over. Everyone's dying. It's fine. Let's get some engineers going. It doesn't make sense for them to be this close to the water because they can't repair things out in the water. So let's move him out so that he still covers everything, but he's not in the middle of everything. There we go. We only have 38 points too. We need 60 in order to change it to spring. So we're up at 87%. We're only using 2. We should be fine for the winter, to be honest. Yeah, here it is. The Cupidon Park. You have to complete the quest, Find My Lost Nugget. So I really hope that that pops up again sometime.
Did you know that snow isn't white? It's an illusion, a simple trick. Go ahead, take a closer look.
Pretty sure it looks very white to me. Maybe a bit crystalline. Refraction of the light or something.
Do you like dogs, creator? Well, there's a pack of furry friends on their way right now, except they're not very fun and they're planning on eating everyone.
Everyone? Oh man. We're miles away from watchtowers as well, so far as I remember. Yeah, up here. We'll get there, but it's going to take quite a bit of time.
You look a little confused. Don't worry, I expected as much. I know you have questions, but you'll learn everything in time. On your own, without bothering me.
Alright, we've got an eatery available now. That's good. There's not much for them to eat. right now, though. I don't remember having been able to kill the wolves. I'm pretty sure I tried to strike them with lightning and I lit everything on fire instead. I want to be pretty close to this well up here so that they can go get water anytime. That should be okay. There's a warehouse. For positioning, maybe up in this area should be alright. Since food is stored there, close to the eatery is fine. And then, I don't think the engineers use resources, but any laborers, as much as we're going to be building new things out around here, I think this is going to be alright. I may eventually build one over on this side too, but we'll see. Yeah, dead. I was talking about him napping all the time, and I couldn't figure out, but yeah, he actually is dead. I'm going to wait until he starts stinking so that I can get the quest for it, though. I put a nibbler in there so that they aren't taking as much time to eat. It looks like the snow is already thawing out, and we've survived our first winter without me speeding up time or anything. So that's pretty encouraging, I'd say. Ah, this is all because I failed that quest. That it's low on this side. Can tell.
I hope all of these sparkly buttons aren't making you dizzy, creator. A fickle mind can easily be overwhelmed. Now that winter is over, we should probably perform a head count to see how many nuggets survived.
Actually, only one died, and it was because of wolves. It wasn't because of winter. I'm amazed that we had the food storage that we had. They've been collecting up a bunch of wild plants and stuff. I don't think it matters really who watches the tower. So I think somebody less... Yeah, like a lazy character.
Let's hope that nugget doesn't burn the building to the ground.
I think just so long as there's a nugget assigned there, kind of like with the archive. And in fact, if Elu is actually a decent nugget, I should have her doing something else. Oh, she's neutral. She does believe in us, though. And with a might of 9, I may move her to a different post. Have someone worthless working here. That ought to work. Alright. We have the hospital available now. Are these huts? They are. Where did those come from? Let's put it behind the archive here, then. That'll take down a few trees. Oh, man. That gets in the way of the panda brain plum. It's hard to see those at night. I think right next to the engineers is probably fine, too. There we go. I arguably should have built it right here, because it would have access to these herbs. I think I'll probably put the cemetery here around here, though. Looks like that corpse has vanished. However they do. That's fine. It's like... Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to fit the farm here if a well barely makes it. We'll have to see. There might be better options for farm placement. Wow, look at all those laborers. They get things done fast, that's for sure. I'll be surprised if we have any immune nuggets yet. Yeah, we don't. So I guess instead a sure-footed one will do, so that they're
I
quick.
always knew that Nugget would rise to greatness. Well, before their career plateaus as assistant manager or something.
That's right. Okay, so we've got our farm ready now. Yeah, it is going to knock out all these herbs if I do this. All these plants, I mean. This is still considered grassland, though, over here. So I think this is probably going to be the place that we put it, the first one at least. It's good access to the warehouse, which is full.
You're finally taking interest in your civilization's need to eat.
That's right.
Guess it's time to take starving to death off the list of anticipated disasters.
Hey.
For now.
Yeah, don't discount anything, my friend. Alright, our water production and storage are still pretty good. We're almost twice what we're consuming right now. I don't know why all these guys are working together and these folk are working alone. It's kind of funny though still. And then in will come the builders.
This message is quite odd. Beware of the trees. Well, that's obviously nonsense. Not to worry, I'll just put that over here in the garbage pile. Here's another message that makes more sense.
Heal a nugget.
That nugget isn't looking too good. I don't think purple bumps are very common. I'm glad to see you taking such good
There we go.
care of your subjects.
Anti-City Alley. This ought to be a good addition here. Sleepy Spring Sanctuary. It requires planks and cut stone though, so we aren't even going to be able to make it until we study refined materials. But still, having it available is pretty good. Better than failing the quest, you know. Alright, hunting as well. So this is going to cut down on our worries for the wolves being around. I'll have them hunting medium animals immediately. That looks like a decent spot.
You researched hunting. Let's hope nuggets don't cause a period of mass extinction.
No
I
way.
do love pearl deers.
That's never happened
It's just
in
unfortunate they taste so good.
human history. Humans are notoriously great at being good people. There we go. Might of 9. That's pretty good. Needs help at the farm. Growing the same plot. Yeah, the bloody diarrhea fruit. So I don't need to worry about that. Worry about finding that, I should say. They've eaten most of these nearby, so I may have to go for a long stroll around to uninhabited place. Manbro fruit, these are fantastic foods. So we'll go for this first. There we go. Yeah, the lost child didn't have a timer. And so I'm going to use that as my excuse for why I didn't find them in time. Except the real reason was I was simply terrible about it. Bountiful Bastion Park now. Let's see if that's available. Nope. That's a big one though. I really hope that we end up getting this one again. I feel like if we've missed it, we missed it. Clear the infection is long anticipated. I figured it would have come through by now. The Broken Heart quest. I don't even remember what that one is. But yeah, it's looking like we're not going to be able to have parks until we have refined materials. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for this time. Don't forget to... Yeah, please remember to vote in the poll up at the top right to let me know what you would like to see. Do you want me to catch up to where we were? Do you want just heavily edited videos as I catch up? Or do you want me to go ahead and play something else? Just let me know up there in the poll. And if you want to catch another episode, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description. And feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you so much for all the time you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.